X's and O's with LeRoy Butler. Now, here's Tom Silverstein.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to X's and O's with LeRoy Butler. We have got a couple of very nice plays for you today. I think these are really exemplary or good examples, I should say.
Okay.
I don't want to pull out the big words because that was the wrong use.
Yeah,
Of two plays from this game. One, I think we're seeing the advancement of Marquez Valdes-Scantling, and the other,
yes,
the potential of a guy like Vernon Scott and Chris Barnes. So let's get started right away, so you can start making it smart. All right. So what we have here, I'll just get her started. Is it looks to start out like a all go with three guys. Now this is a 3rd and 14 play.
Yep.
And what I noticed was that they're chipping the tight end. Tanyan is chipping the end, and Jamal Williams is chipping an end, which that tells you what? That they're expecting to throw it deep. They need more time.
Exactly. Yes, no question. And then you put trips to one side, Tom, and if a defender, once we understand that they got trips to this side, and then I want to know where is your deep threat, which is MVS. And this time they got him in the slot. And my tendencies will say, what does he do when he's in the slot? Well, he's never there a whole lot unless it's a bunch. So, and then you got, Alan Lazard down here by himself. So, it's, and also the defense, you're saying this play is going to take a long time to develop.
Mm-hmm.
You really have to cover a lot. That's why some coordinators like to blitz on 3rd and 14 or 3rd and 16 to just get the ball out of the quarterback's hand. You rally up and you're off the field. But they chose to play coverage. So the Packers try to put the old banana in the tailpipe. Okay, you think MVS is on the inside, and he's always – you remember who was that against? He was on the it was against Indianapolis, the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
It was slot. He caught that long pass, and it was backed up a 3rd or 4th long. He caught it.
Yep.
So this is kind of the same play. So the Packers did something special off of it. We'll talk about that shortly.
What is this defense here with –
Just a soft defense. It's just like a soft cover 3 robber type defense. Because there's your extra guy. Everybody else will be kind of in like a soft man.
Okay.
And then you got a deep guy here. So, excuse me. So you basically want a guy to catch it right here, and we all rally up and tackle him. But
gotcha.
Kind of in between here. A lot of coaches like doing that. I don't.
Okay.
Doing it a lot of other different ways.
Here's another look at it. Now you see it starting to break a little differently. Adams is going to take his guys outside.
Yeah. Look at that protection.
Yeah. And you still have Tanyan and Jamal Williams chipped, and now they're going out, right?
Yeah, that's where they want the ball to go. The defense want you to go here, but Aaron is going through his progression. Now he got to put this thing on a rope when he gets ready to throw it, because when these guys playing this combination zone, you got to throw it between guys. Maybe you have to throw it between 2 guys. So you really got to be very accurate.
Yeah. So your areas, your holes in this zone type thing would be here,
exactly,
and here.
Yeah.
So MVS would either curl this way or curl that way if he's going to curl.
Yep.
And Lazard's he's pretty much locked into a deep ball, isn't he?
Yes. And here's the thing. Now you could, once Lazard get deep, you could throw a back shoulder to the sticks. Another coaching point, if you're the guy, this play is called for MVS, by the way. It's called for him. The most important thing, whatever he does, if you sit down, don't drift, because you're going right to coverage.
Right.
Quarterbacks don't just sit down. Now, if you're in man-to-man, you can run and drift or do all you want. But if they're in a zone, sit down in that area, and I'll get you the ball in a timely manner. But a lot of young receivers, Tom, they drift a little bit, and that ball's picked off.
Right. And the smart thing, so the deep safety's playing this perfectly, because I would imagine that MVS is reading him and saying, okay, if he for some reason bid on
Great point. Great point.
He's going to just go straight, right?
Yep.
I could get my my mouse is going crazy here. So,
well, you skip your virtual class for your
temperature. But anyway, he would read that safety.
That's a great point, Tom.
Okay.
Because if you can believe if that safety's up a little bit more, he's running past him.
Yeah.
Now, that's the window that's a great shot.
Yeah, and this is a great example of what you were just saying.
Yes, there's that window. So you got a guy standing a little bit, you can't see him there. You got a guy here. And so Aaron's going to put that rocket right in there. That's the window. So you can't drift. So in other words, MVS, just stay there. Don't go and drift over here because that'll get picked off or you won't get the ball.
Right.
Aaron ain't going to throw a pick. No. Or you got to sit and don't drift back towards this guy. I've seen young guys do that, and the quarterbacks throw in and it's picked off. But when you got a quarterback, this is what we call chemistry. This is a great picture. Everybody in the league should see this. All young receivers, sit down in that hole, and your quarterback will give it to you. Now, you want it at eyes length, up by the eyes, or you want it down in the dirt to protect you. So it got to be one or the other. If it's in the middle, this guy can anticipate and try to pick it off. But if it's up here, then it's going to be he can't get to it.
Right. And the other point here is that you could just sit here, but if you're past 14 yards, you should come back a little, right?
You got to come back to it. So you really try to run it at 18 and catch it at 15 and a half or 16.
Right.
Those numbers mean something. If I give you a 22-yard route, you got to run it at 24. You can't run it at 18 or 17. Then we're off. The ball hits in the dirt, and then we're just off the field.
And there we see.
That's where you want it. See there? Yeah. You got the two guys right there. That was a perfect throw. I mean, Robin Hood couldn't put it that tight.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is amazing. And look at Jenkins is like, hey, man, that's a pretty nice catch. That's cool.
And as we talked about, there's the hands.
There's the hands.
He's going all hands, and he's coming back for it. So, this guy here can't get his hand in there.
Exactly. But if Aaron would have threw it down here, look what happens.
Right.
And if MVS drifts a little, look what happens. This is the only spot you want it. Now, you could say, hey, you're exposing my ribs, because they're out. But the thing about it, the guys are following the ball. As they're following the ball, that's the only place you got to catch it. Otherwise, if it goes down, then they're going to break it up.
Yep. And just as an offshoot of this play, because it was really something to see, we mentioned that Tanyan and Jamal Williams were chipping, and this is that chip block, and it reminded me a lot of who was really good at doing that? Jermichael Finley.
Oh yes, he was.
He used to
hurt people on those chips. Finley was awesome.
And this is just hilarious because there you see the push, but this is like a bowling alley. Boom.
And it gives me a chance to do this.
Pro Bowl.
Tell you it should be at the Pro Bowl. I mean, that's a great chip block because, again, I mean, it gives Aaron so much time to just visualize what he wants to do. Now, Bakhtiari is by himself. I mean, he's the best left tackle.
Yeah.
He doesn't need any help.
These four guys have never had an easier block in their life.
That's amazing. I mean, it's a great design. It really is. And when everything works together, this is what you get.
Okay. So let's flip sides of the ball and go to defense.
Okay.
And we're going to go right to the start of a play. Now, this isn't that different. You've got
You know what? You're right, Tom. It's pretty much the same defense. It's like that robber defense here. And you got Scott, who's nice and deep. I love that. I love that.
I knew you would.
Yeah, and you were right, Tom. Most young safeties that are up here being nosy. Now get back here so you can always come up. The problem is when you have to turn and run. And that can spell bad news for you.
Yeah. And, the other thing I wanted to point out was, so this is Chris Barnes playing for Christian Kirksey.
Yeah.
And we'll show you in the next one how he played this pretty well. Now, he could be blitzing. The back is right. DeAndre Swift is right here. And you got to be careful of him, because if you lose, you're toast. You better have him covered.
You are correct.
So as we look, now you can kind of tell us what's going on here.
Yeah, see, it seemed like they had maybe a game, and you pointed that out, but Kenny Clark had one of his best games. I mean, the guy just destroyed them up the middle. And you really got to keep the quarterback in the pocket, but sometimes they come through and out again. But the key is something we talked about off air. You got to be careful with this guy, because if you just kind of take off and he throw it to this guy, there's nobody to get him. He can run all the way to the end zone.
Yeah.
So there's a smart of Chris Barnes to just stay disciplined and just stay on your guy. It's almost like playing a spy, but at the same time cover your back. And we used to call it a hug technique. You just kind of come up to him, because really he's going to block you if you blitz.
Right.
You just come up and just take it easy. Let your lineman flush him out. That'd be great. Now this doesn't look good right here.
Yeah, we'll get to that
later. Yeah.
All right. So here we go back. Now there's your crush on this guy, because he's still, how many yards back is he from the line of scrimmage?
Oh, the further the better.
10,
the better.
20, almost 25 yards back.
That's great discipline. Playing more. And now that Raven Green's hurt and you move 31 up, let 36 play. Because this is a veteran move, Tom. I'm back here. I can help everybody. If something breaks loose, or which is about to happen, I can always come up and make a play. And you can show your range. And he did a fantastic job. So definitely your friend.
This is a play I would expect Darnell Savage to have a chance at, because he's so fast. But what we're going to see is this guy running way over here. He's got a ton of ground to make up there.
Yes, he does.
And there it is. That was a catch.
Is.
He had the ball in his arms.
Yep, the impact of the hit and the punch it out at the same time. I mean, that is textbook. How do you attack the guy and the ball at the same time? I mean, that was a big play. Because the penalty on this play, had he completed that, that would have kept the momentum going.
He's a big kid too, Yeah. I mean, he is. I think he's 220, maybe something like that. 202. I guess he's about a little over 200. But he's big. He's 6'2", and he brings it.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
So then we had one more now, just to make you feel bad, bring you to reality. You mentioned it in that last slide, but show us here what's going on, and that's going to negate this great play by Vernon Scott.
Yeah, and you got to move your feet a little bit right here with Amos, who's actually had a pretty good year. But this T.J. Hawkinson had 11 targets, so he led. Not Marvin Jones, who normally against the Bears he led with targets. But the thing about it is, once you move your feet, you got a guy standing right here watching the referee. If you got your arm out here like this, they're going to throw that.
Yeah.
They're going to throw it.
And there's just no sense to it, because coming back is where all your help is.
You got all your help. You got him blanketed.
Yeah. And so if you were going to hold them, if you're getting beat this way, I could understand it, because then it's maybe a touchdown.
Exactly.
And the game, it's a reactive game, but you have to know where your help is all the time too.
That's a fact.
Yeah. So hope that showed you, highlighted a couple of defensive people we'll be keeping an eye on, and we'll see if MVS can keep it up too.
You don't even know how dangerous they are, Tom. If when he gets to that level, he's confident. I mean, this guy is a big, tall guy that can outrun anybody that can catch the ball. Devontae Adams, scary as he's going to be, his numbers are going to go way up.
Yeah.
That's why why do you think Travis Kelce is maybe one of the top receiver in yards in the league? Because everybody follows Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
He opens it up for everybody. That's why Tunyon has so many touchdowns. And that's why, again, all of these, the weapons that everybody step up, they're going to be very good.
Yep.
Okay.
Good.
So I want to thank the Jury Center, Game Day Pride. We got a new flavor. That's the classic flavor, kind of similar to an Italian. Pick and Save, pickandsave.com. Ivanhoe Pub and Eatery in Racine. They're doing curbside. The Bullying Book, Max and Junkyard Dog, Meet a Rascal. And, of course, if you haven't already ordered, which I suggest you do, our newest sponsor, FrankieReefCoat.com. That's David Bottar's wife. And we love ours, so thank you guys very much. And I really thank the fans. You guys have been fantastic all year in this pandemic and watching me and Tom, and I appreciate it. We're going to do our pregame around 6:15. If something happens, the game goes to overtime, and Tom has to do interviews, we have to push it back. We apologize. Sometimes we can't control that, but we appreciate you guys sticking with us.
Yeah. So on a night game, we tend to do it beforehand, so you don't have to stay up till all hours. So be sure you check Twitter, LeRoy's Facebook page, and JS Online and Packers News for all the links you can get there for the live view. And
I want you to ask more. The Packers need to call on you to ask a question. I'm depressed when they don't do that.
I'm telling you.
I need to make some phone calls. You better let my boy ask these questions now.
It's not right.
Yeah, man. You've been around for 56 years, man.
I think I'm just going to pack it in. I get
no. We need you to ask good
questions. I get no respect,
No, you got respect. I'll make a phone call. Don't worry.
Okay. Perfect. All right. We'll see you next week, or see you Sunday. Saturday.
Yeah, they
Remember, it's Saturday night.
Real quick, 3 seconds. All of their games have been on TV. Think about it. That's America's team. Every game is flexing on TV. Every game is truly amazing. Everybody wants to see Aaron Rodgers. I don't blame them. Hey, man, it's a fun team to watch.
Yep. So
MVP. That's how you get the MVP.
Primetime Saturday, primetime the Sunday after that, and who knows what the Bears.
Well, that always on TV.
Yeah. All right.
Bye.
See you next week.
Thank you, Bill.